Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's another edition of Let's Talk Broncos coming back to you guys after it was a win. That's what I'm going to go with. It was a win. Big W's, a win's a win. It's your usual cast. Today we got David. We got Mike. Just with a minor improvement, I'd say. I'm on the show. I'm on the show post game, joining the crew, getting the rundown of how this thing goes. But let's just start off with Mike here. Mike, initial reactions of the game. Just tell me your thoughts. Like, what do you feel about what we just had to witness?
Guys, David knows this. It was 2 nights ago on this very network, by the way, the very fine and successful Let's Talk Broncos network, with altitude adjustments, cover 4, and David and I were on with Strez, by the way. Look him up if you don't know who that is. It's Strez. And Mario said, he ranted, Joey, there's no such thing as an ugly win. I'm going to have to disagree with you, Mario, right now on this show. That was a piece of shit, ugly win. There's no way around it. Maybe the best play of the game was by special teams, which we all saw coming. My initial, Joey, to answer your question, my initial observation is we can't live like this. You can't win like this. It's not sustainable. There's something gritty about this team, but we got to talk about Bo Nix tonight. We got to talk about the weapons, and we got to talk about what they're going to do between now and when the Chiefs come into town, because this is not going to work against them.
I mean, I agree with you. I don't think this is a sustainable way of winning. But what about you, David? What do you think? And I don't want to be all Debbie Downer about this.
No, we'll get into the good.
Let us know your initial thoughts, because I feel like that was ugly as hell. That's my opinion.
But maybe I'm in the minority here. It was ugly, but I loved every minute of this game. I loved the up and down roller coaster of this entire game. It would be a lot harder coming on here if we were the team that only scored 7 points compared to
lost.
But this game, and similar to, I think it was like the Jets game earlier this year. Like, I loved that game as well. Again, there's plenty of players and coaches to get into criticizing and whatever, but from just an entertainment standpoint, I loved it. It was like a mushroom trip of a game, man. Like, you didn't know what version of special teams you were gonna get. You had no idea what the offensive. It felt from the first quarter that, man, if you can just put together 2 scoring drives, that's what will win this game, and that's what happened. So definitely thankful we got one of the best defenses in the league. I think the crowd was great. Offense was horrible. Special teams were horrible, but hey, they made a couple plays that ended up, making the difference and helping out the defense. So I'm glad they have a mini bye here to kind of get things right. We were talking behind backstage. They played like a team that didn't practice leading up to this game. Absolutely. And the Raiders, as you pointed out, Mike, played like a team that practiced leading up to this game. So I think we got a little lucky here.
David, I just gotta ask. I hear you. A win's a win. You said you enjoyed this.
Yes.
It's a lie.
You embellished it with a mushroom trip. That's cool. I'm from Boulder. I'm hip. It's fine. But if they lost the game, would you still feel the same way?
I don't think I would be crashing out, because I just woke up with this feeling. It's Thursday Night Football, guys. I'm not going to draw any super deep conclusions about this team off of a Thursday Night Football game. I'm just not.
I said that 2 days ago. I said, we blow them out. We barely win. It doesn't change. None of that's going to change how I feel about this team, because I know how these AFC West games play out. It was ugly. But even if they'd have put 35 on them tonight and won 35-17, I'd probably feel about the same way I do right now, except I'd be less pissed about them. It's like, we're going to get really positive here in a minute, guys. Hang on, wait for it. Joey?
Am I going to?
You don't have to. I know you're not, but David and I are.
Okay, so I hear you guys on the Thursday night football thing. Short week, that's tough. I would agree with you guys if it didn't look very similar to what we've been seeing. Like the issues, right? It wasn't like the Thursday night football was the reason why the offense didn't look good, when I can sit there and look through every other week where the offense doesn't look good. Outside of the time you played the Cowboys defense, where it's just like the worst defense I've ever seen in my life. I don't want to be too down on it, but it's just like, when are we going to figure this out on offense? I have my opinions on where I think it starts with the issues, but I guess let's say you guys, I kind of want to get your thoughts on this offensive performance from the Broncos. Where did you guys see the issues in this? Because I think we can all agree it wasn't good. And we'll start with you, David.
Okay. Well, every game it's a little bit different. This one I'm going to pin more on Sean Payton than I have for.
Yeah.
This is crazy to me.
I gotta clean my glasses. I must be seeing a different game.
And maybe I'm not answering your question directly.
No, I think you are.
But I don't feel like he had a good feel for the moment in this game, in the situations, in the offense. I felt like a lot of the times, man, we were when we'd get a run, then we try to get cute with some of our run calls. They'd always get blown up in the backfield. That 3rd and 1 call was probably the call that should have lost us the game. Let's be honest about it. 3rd and 1, deep in Raider territory, and you run like a backwards lateral pass to Cortland Sutton to just like, bro, like, we know what kind of game this is. Like, you don't need to be you don't need to be a genius, man. You don't need to outsmart these guys. We went away from J.K. Dobbins way too much in this game, man. He was fantastic. Now there are definitely throws that Bo missed. Sean Payton, hey, again, he had guys schemed up, open, right? But especially coming off of a short week where you're not practicing. So again, you don't even have the opportunity to improve the mess that you saw in some respects on this past Sunday. It's like he was calling the game in a way in which he just expected it to be better, I guess. I don't know, man. I just didn't like the play calling. I didn't like the feel for the game. Tell me where I'm wrong with that.
You want to go, Mike? You want to?
Okay, I'll tell you where. I will tell you where you're wrong, David. And I love you, man. You're my brother, but it's possible we got to go back to the chicken and the egg thing. All right. So maybe, just maybe, Sean Payton's not running the offense that we want to see because Bo was trash tonight. Okay. There might be, like, I hated that 3rd and 1. I mean, come on. Backwards pass to Cortland. I tweeted out, the one thing I hate is when Sean Payton gets cute. I hate it. I always do. I don't even care if it works. I still hate it. But I think Cortland Sutton has never thrown an incompletion.
That's insane.
He has like a perfect passer rating, but that was last year. That could have changed, but he didn't throw it. So it was, I think he took a sack. So good on them. But man, I'm going to cop out. I saw both. I was not happy with Sean Payton tonight because of that and getting away from JK. It looked like for a minute there, he was popping off 7-yard runs like they were nothing. And you get 3rd and 2, and then all of a sudden we're throwing a 40-yard bomb. I mean, I don't like it. But
why are you putting the game in the hands of Bo in those situations with the way that he's been playing, right?
Can I add into this real quick? I think too much is put onto the coach of where the ball ends up. Like, we're not playing Madden here. It's not like, hey, I'm the coach, I'm calling the play and also pushing the button. The guy that pushes the button still is deciding where the ball goes. Very rarely is it, hey, the only option here is deep ball. It's read the defense, and we're figuring out, does the deep ball make sense on this play based off what the defense is doing, right? Like, so I think when we're saying this, it's not necessarily Sean dialing up the deep ball. There are instances of that, right? I'm not completely ruling that out, but like situational football also needs to be thrown on your quarterback in this. It's like, hey man, yeah, there's a big deep post on this play. Is that necessarily where we're going for on this one? Like, no, it's not. You need guys running multiple routes to open up different areas on the field and stuff like that, right? So, I mean, I don't know. That's my opinion on that. I'd also like to add to the initial point that this game was more on Sean than Bo. I think this one was on Bo. I think the play you guys are referencing was terrible. I'm all here for a trick play ever so often, right? I like it. It's fun.
I like it when we're up by 20.
No sense in that moment.
Yeah.
The Broncos are playing in front of the sticks consistently on that drive and doing it really well. Plus, they're working their way in the field goal range, right? Don't even take the chance of losing yards on that. And you saw what happened. You lost yards. Your kicker missed the field goal off of distance. It was bad play call all around, but that's one example. Mm-hmm. I can name plenty of examples of where it just felt like Bo wasn't on it, whether it be checkdowns even going into the dirt tonight, where it was – I mean, I remember the first pass of the game, it ended up being a completion, but it was just a quick out by Courtland Sutton. Courtland Sutton had to drag his toe to get that one in. You know what I mean? It was just like these simple, easy concepts where he wasn't getting. Another example before I move on here, he took a sack in the first half of this game. This simple concept. You had two hooks going on it. It was an you need to throw that with some anticipation. Bo didn't. Held onto the ball, took a sack. It's these type of things that keep your offense moving, and it kills you on a down-to-down basis when your quarterback's not able to do it. So that's my opinion on that one. Do any of you guys rebuke? I want to know your.
No, I agree. Like I said, it's on Bo, but like that deep pass to Troy that almost got intercepted but didn't. I think that was the target on that play. Troy was ready for that ball. It looked like he was setting up for that ball. It didn't look like one of those where he's like, "Oh crap, Bo threw it to me." I think that might have been his first, or at least his. But you got to remember, just for the people that don't know this, and I know our listeners are really educated, like every play has a first read, second read, right? Depending on what they see. And sometimes it's hard to know. And I leave it to guys like you, Joey. You'll watch the 22. You'll figure all that out for us. But this is like first blush. This is one of the worst games I've seen from Bo. And he has, I think this is like I want to say this is like his 6th or 7th win when he's had a rating under 70. And that's the most since 2024. Like he's winning games playing poorly. If he can pull it together, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. But he was bad tonight. Yeah, he was bad. Well, and I feel for him on that one where he drilled Franklin right in the chest for a big play, and it bounced up and got picked off.
One time, his mechanics, his footwork, all looks clean.
He does it perfect, and then gets rewarded with a drop and an interception. So I give Bo 1 interception tonight, not 2.
This has to be the worst game of his season, right? And
for the season, yeah.
And then I'm trying to think like his game Thursday night last year was kind of like this as well against the Saints.
That was really bad.
I mean,
we should never play on Thursday night again.
Kind of that level, man.
Hot take: next time we play Thursday night, just put Stidham in. I'm joking. I'm kidding.
Just put Stidham in, man. Yes.
I've got the playbook here. I just wanted to read like a couple of these plays.
Run the ball.
Oh, no, that's on the back. I almost forgot. Sorry. That was on the back. I need to start putting that on the front. Should we have run the ball more tonight, Joey, or not? Honestly.
Yeah, probably. I think something I want to make clear though too is I'm like 99% confident. So like a lot of like the biggest talking point for this offense really, I think, has been, hey, why so many screen passes and stuff like that? Yeah. I think a lot of these plays, you have a run when you get to the line of scrimmage, and then you also have a check off of that, and it becomes a numbers game. So you're looking at it. Do we have more guys in our box, or do we have more guys going out to the screen? What does the numbers tell me? Like, do I have numbers towards the screen, and it's a check based off of that when they get to the line of scrimmage? So I think a lot of these plays that you're seeing get into screens are initially called runs that are checked to screens, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, J.K. Dobbins is the one consistent piece. I feel him and Cortland Sutton, to me, are the consistent pieces, part of this offense. I tweeted after the game. I said, could you imagine what this Broncos offense would look like without J.K. Dobbins? And keep in mind, this was a guy that was added post-draft. This wasn't like a priority free agent. The whole NFL had their shot at signing J.K. Dobbins well into free agency. And it just so happened he ended up on the Broncos after they didn't end up with their first-round running back and had R.J. Harvey and said, hey, we need to add another guy to this room. I can't imagine what this offense would look like without J.K. Dobbins. He's been the man. So, yeah, I mean, keep feeding him. Lean in on your strengths. Your strengths are your offensive line and your running back right now. You have an inconsistent quarterback. Your wide receivers are inconsistent and young. Keep leaning in on it. Before we keep talking about the offense, though, because we did win the game, I want to talk about some of the pros. We'll come back to the negatives, in my opinion. Let's move on to the defensive side, and we can work our way back here. The defensive side, the Broncos were awesome, just like any other game this year. David, tell me a little about what you saw from this defense. Maybe give me a player that really stood out to you, something like that.
Where do I want to start with? Honestly, the thing I was most worried about coming into this game was Brock Bowers. That man torched us last year in Denver, right?
Yeah.
And he got, I think, one big reception against us. I think that might have gone on their touchdown scoring drive. Yeah, he had one reception for 31 yards. He had only 3 targets. I think you might be able to tell me, who all was responsible for being on him, but Jahdae Barron, man, I thought that he had a great game, and we limited their biggest threat to this offense to 1 catch, man. It was a huge difference in the game. Now, a lot of that has to go with the defensive line, who I'm sure we'll shout out here in a moment. But I want to give the secondary credit for limiting him, particularly Barron. I think I saw McMillan on him a couple times, and I'm sure the safeties played a role in that as well. But Barron has been huge when it comes to shutting these guys down. And hey, we've done a good job with tight ends as of late. I'm feeling a little bit better facing Travis Kelce here in a week and a half.
Yeah, he's been good at this spot. I mean, that's kind of his role on this defense, is to shadow the other team's tight end, be kind of a dime backer for this defense. We do have a special guest in this. I'm calling him a guest because I'm hosting this episode. He was
not
here
for long. You're not
today. I was about to give him the most hell you've ever heard in your life. I have a theory that anytime he goes to a Broncos game, they lose.
Yeah. What's up with that?
Despite him,
you're the reverse curse.
We don't know. We don't know what happened.
I'm even changing the curse of Zach going to games. Like, that's how lucky I am.
There he is, Zach Seegers. Zach, how did they overcome you?
It's not true at all. They win way more than they lose when I show up. Now, I will say, I maybe jinxed them into having the ugliest performance of the year. I mean, that might have been uglier than the Jets game, which is really saying something. Meanwhile, you got to enjoy the Giants game, which is going to be an instant classic and live in Broncos lore forever. I don't have any jealousy about that at all. But man, what a slop fest. It sounded like we were on positives.
We're talking defense right now.
Defense, perfect.
We just bitched a little bit about the offense, and I was like, hey, we won. Let's move to the defense. We'll work our way back.
Yeah. Just so everybody knows, Zach was at the game. He drove 100 miles an hour to get back into his studio to give us the report from the game. And we're proud of you, man. We didn't want you to miss my, undefeated season, which you guys always credit me with. It's actually the three of us now with Joey on the show. We're going to beat the Chiefs, but I'll let you talk about that.
I hope you're right, Mike. I think they've got a lot to clean up. Now, I will say on the optimistic note, because we're in a more optimistic section right here. Yes, the defense looked good, and I also think like this team has gone into Philly and beat that team on the road, and gone into Indy, and probably should have been the only team so far to beat that team at home, if not for the famed leverage penalty. But it's weird they keep playing down to all these bad opponents. But I wouldn't I've gotten a lot of replies already on Twitter, like they're getting killed by the Chiefs next week. And I think that's within the realm of possibility. Don't get me wrong. This is a good Chiefs team. The Broncos have been struggling with some bad teams. I get the logic. But I think this defense is like perfectly built to give the Chiefs trouble. They hopefully Pat Surtain can make a miraculous recovery, but I think they should give Mahomes some trouble. This Chiefs team has been very gettable, and admittedly, I'll probably pick the Chiefs, but I would be surprised. I think if it's a blowout, I think at the very least it'll be another close game that comes down to the wire. And I will say this defense.
Positive, Zach. Damn.
I'm sorry. This defense. I think that's kind of positive after what we just said. But I will say,
Joey's not messing around. He's like, I'm the host.
This defense was sick tonight. This defense was sick tonight. It's very, very hard to win a game when you score 10 points and have 2 turnovers, and your special teams is consistently punting the ball for like 20 yards. Oh, and a missed field goal. Granted, it was like a 59-yarder, but you draw up that, and it's going to be very, very, very hard to win games. Bo Nix averaged under 5 yards per attempt last time I checked. I was checking on the in-stadium stat screen, so maybe that's dated. But
he was at 5.4, baby. And Geno Smith was at 5.5.
Dug himself out of the gutter. But for much of the game, it was under 5 yards per attempt, which is known as the Blaine Gabbert zone. So that's pretty rough. And I saw Mike Carmelini holding up his card about run the ball. The run game wasn't all that great today. And that makes the defensive performance so damn impressive. The weight of the world was on their shoulders today. They were getting no help at all. In the first quarter, the Raiders had darn near 12 minutes time of possession, and the Broncos held them to 10 points. And a lot of that after a kind of rocky start. The Raiders, those first 2 drives get 7 first downs. I think they get 2 first downs the rest of the game. I'm really just coming in the fourth.
Late in the fourth, they picked up on that last drive. They got their first downs again. They were held the whole time till then.
And the defense was, you're doing that without Surtain, even against a team like the Raiders. I think that's admirable. They looked a lot better last week against the Jags. And I'll get out of here ASAP. But optimistic note, man, they can, I think, hang with anyone. I think they can beat anyone. Pessimistic note, you got to clean some stuff up on special teams for that to happen. And Bo Nix has to play better. Good Lord. I'm glad everyone finally had the veil lifted from their eyes tonight and realized, God, this has to be a lot better than it is right now, because it's stinky. And also Sean Payton, stink fest, the friggin' Cortland Sutton play. I don't want to try and let Payton off easy, but to me, the bigger pain complaint is what's up with the problems that are consistent every week, the penalties every week, lining up offsides and procedural nonsense and special teams gaffes. And it's those same problems being so consistent and weighing on this team so heavy. That's what I'm mad about Sean Payton about. I think you could give Kyle Shanahan the offense tonight, and they're picking up 3 yards a carry and 3 yards a pass. I don't know what the hell you do in that spot. But that's I don't have a play for that one. I'm done, Joey. Sorry, you take the show back over. I got my rant.
No, you can't. You're not getting off that easy. I got to ask you something before you go.
All right.
Remember we talked about the team, like the team needs to lose a game to wake up. Do you remember this conversation? Like, David, you know what I'm talking about, or were you wasted?
No, I remember the combo.
You remember that, right? And I said, no, the team that needs to lose a game is one that's won. You know, they're on like an 8-game win streak, and they need to be knocked down to get discipline back, to realize they do have to work for it. I think we are getting dangerously close to that point now. This game should or could have easily been a loss. This was as ugly as it gets, coaching, playing, everything. They may have been served better losing this game. I'm finally on board with that. Like, this team is not cleaning up their penalties. They're not cleaning up all these mistakes. David, don't miss my point. I'm not quite done yet. I'm thrilled they won. I'm not going to care at the end of the season, but if they're going to get through and keep winning, they need to clean that stuff up. And I don't know what it's going to take, because they keep winning and they're like, penalties are penalties. Rizzy's doing fine. Hey, we had a blocked punt. Special teams are great. See, I told you. I mean, they're going to pay for this one of these days.
To be fair to Rizzy in this one, I don't like, there's nothing he could have done to be like, bro, stop punting off your shin. Please.
No, that's not his fault.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, this guy, the first half, I never saw such a disparity in punters in my life.
David cursed him.
The Raiders punter, the one he got to the one was maybe the greatest punt I've ever seen in my life. The Raiders.
Well, he did it.
That ball.
He did it 3 times. The third one was undone by penalty, but he did the false start. That false start, I don't know if they showed it on the TV broadcast. We were all watching it because it's a false start. Goes out of bounds at the 1, and everyone in my section was like, "Are you kidding me?" And then,
but you know what really pissed me off? Are you talking about the one where he dropped it?
No, that one also pissed me off.
Why did that piss me off? I'm watching my punter catch it straight, perfect snap, and it just hitting like off his kneecap, like 2 yards down the field.
That was bad.
And then I'm watching the Raiders punter drop the ball, pick it up, nail it 50 yards down the field. I'm like, come on, this is too much now. But, I don't know. The special teams, though, to your point, it's been bad the whole season. It's been an absolute disaster, and I think that's the big thing. We've seen Broncos teams win in the past, guys, with great defenses and below average offenses. Like that's something you can do. Like, if you have like the best defense in the NFL, like the Broncos do, you can win that way, and you can win big that way. What you can't have happen is that philosophy or that way of winning while you're like the number 1 team in penalties and one of the worst special teams in the league. Those things all combined don't work, and that's the issue with this team right now.
I fully agree. The special teams is painful. There's a lot of things going wrong. I want to respond to Mike's point with some copium really quick, because I do think, yes, the loss probably catches up with this team. I don't think they're finishing the regular season 15-2. They're going to lose a game somewhere down the stretch here. Probably a pretty good chance it's next week, and maybe that sobers them up. I will say, Mike, and I get why you didn't come to that point earlier in the season, but you could have had word for word that exact same rant after the Giants game and gone, they're going up against maybe the best offense in the league next week. And I heard it. I think plenty of Broncos fans were making that case going into the Cowboys game. There's no way they can hang in this one. After what they just did against the Giants and the Jets, 2 of the worst teams in the NFL, you're telling me they're going to be able to hang with that Cowboys offense?
I think I picked the Cowboys
in Dak Prescott. And then they hammered them by, 30 points? Or I guess there was the garbage time touchdown at the end. The point being, like, this is a weird team. I think is ultimately it. Like, it would be easier to just say, yeah, they've just like eked out games against bad teams, but whenever they play a good team, they can't hang. But I don't think that's been the reality. And I think it also just hasn't been, oh my God, the offense can't figure it out. 2 weeks ago, or whatever, 3 weeks ago, Bo Nix was on for whatever weird reason, and the offense looked outstanding because he was just throwing the ball accurately. How do you refine that? I don't know, but it's in there. And I just, again, I'll probably pick the Chiefs next week, but I would not be dumping dirt on this team. And my last copium point I'll say before I let you get this show back on the rails, Joey. Again, my apologies. I think so last year, everyone that played the Lions the very next week lost. I haven't looked at what's happened with teams that played the Texans, but if I were to do a draft of the 32 teams in the league, who do I least want to see before going on a short week? The Broncos would be right up there because they're a very physical defense. The Texans might be number one on that list. That is a very physical, nasty, suffocating defense that I've never played in the NFL, but I imagine you're extra sore after a Texans game as opposed to a Cowboys game. That's probably the two opposite ends of the spectrum. Yeah. But I think this was a very tough spot to be in a Thursday night game in. You get the mini bye. Bo took a big leap last year after the mini bye. Pray to God he does it again. All right, I'll see you guys. Sorry, Joey, for derailing the show. Continue, David. Continue, Mike. Love y'all. Bye.
Love y'all.
To go.
Hey, he's kind of right in one aspect, and we talked about this. They have shown, Joey, that they can win high-scoring shootouts, low-scoring, grinded-out wins.
Yeah.
They do both kind of the same way. And even though it's ugly and I hate it, I mean, after tonight, now that I get it, I vent. I'm here to vent. I'm doing a little vent. The chat's venting, Twitter's venting. We're all venting a little bit, except David, who's on shrooms or whatever.
Well, I blame Sean Payton at first, but now I'm kind of coming around to Bo was terrible.
Bo was terrible. Yeah. And so I always try to withhold a little bit of judgment because I do watch the 22s, right? I do go back and watch and I'll read the people. I've got 5 people I trust. Joey's one of them. And I'll go, okay, so this is what they saw. This is what they were doing. So maybe I won't blame Bo or Sean on that one or the receiver. There's a lot of choice routes that these guys have too, that a lot of people don't know about. So for instance, just real quick on this play and this alignment, Troy Franklin might have 2 routes that he can choose between depending on what kind of leverage he gets, right? Or what the look is. Joey, you can fix my little minor details. Yeah, but a lot of times what happens is Bo, and you'll hear them on the broadcast and they'll say, it looks like they weren't on the same page or there was a miscommunication. What they mean is it's not that the receiver didn't understand the play. It's that he saw a coverage and he did an out when he was supposed to sit on the route or whatever, or Bo thought he was supposed to. And so I reserve judgment for that, but you cannot discount some of those calls. There were a lot of 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s where I was surprised, where I thought we were in 4-down range, that they wasted those plays. So Joey, tell me how stupid I am.
No, I mean, I agree with you. I think, I do think that's, part of it. I don't want to completely sponge Sean Payton from any blame in this whole thing. I just think when we're looking at this, right, even from a standpoint of taking a step back and not even evaluating this one game, I've seen Sean Payton win a Super Bowl and dominate the NFL offensively for a decade. Bo Nix, I've seen play 2 years in the NFL, and it's been kind of consistent in this. And it's not to say he won't get better in it. I've seen Bo Nix progress. I've seen his feet get better this season, for example. I've seen progress in his game, but I don't want it to be, hey, this is a lot more Sean's fault than it is Bo's, because I just don't believe that. I think you're dealing with a second-year quarterback that's playing with a lot of inconsistencies at this point in his career. And I'm not saying that he won't get better. I think that's something we all need to get to a point to. No one's forced to pick a side here. It's cool also thinking through this with a little nuance. You can then say, hey, Bo Nix struggles in these areas thus far. Hopefully he can get better in these areas. That's a cool thing too, where you, even from a fan's perspective, you just want to say, hey, I believe he will get better in these areas. That's cool. I don't care. I think where I get frustrated in this whole thing is just the blame game. Like, where are we placing the blame? And it's got to be 100% in one direction.
No,
Bo Nix would be amazing in this offense.
No.
Stop it. No, he's dealing with some inconsistencies right now, and it's a players-led league. Talent, Jim and Joe's over X and O's all day long. That's what's gonna do it.
David and I are huge Bo Nix fans. Don't get us wrong. We're just coming in here hot. Now we're going to get to the good part. It wasn't all bad.
I do want to say, guys, my big standout player of today was Nick Bonito. This guy is
You stole my guy. Now I got to look one up, Joey. You stole my guy.
I forgot mine.
I stole it.
Yeah, that's right. Good
if
choice.
You want to take Bonito, I have another for you.
Go ahead. I got my second place guy.
All right. I got Nick Bonito. Something this Raiders offense was doing, you could tell early in the game when they were moving the ball pretty well. They were doing anything but trying to get in the straight drop back, obvious passing situations. Why? Because they were scared as hell of this pass rush. They were trying everything not to deal with this pass rush, whether it be RPOs, everything quick throw. We're staying in front of the sticks. We're making it manageable situations where it could be, 3rd and 2, and you can't tee off on me because you don't know if it's going to be a screen, run, a play, boot, or whatever. They played consistently in front of the sticks, and they tried to avoid those straight drop backs all game. Didn't work, though. By the end of it didn't work. The Broncos pass rush got their opportunities. What did they do? They dominated. Nick Bonito being the main one in that facet. One of the biggest value contracts in the league. I'm more than ecstatic the Broncos got him on the deal they did this offseason because he is he's not just a good pass rusher, he's one of the best in the NFL, and the Broncos are lucky to have him. So that's one of my big standouts. Mike, what was yours?
Man, so I had him too, but I had such a close second. I don't mind taking him. And David, I apologize. Well, David's probably going to take Crawshaw again, so I'm going to go with Hufanga. The guy, I don't know what his stats say. I'm not in my studio, so I don't have everything in front of me, but I know that pretty sure he had a sack. I'm pretty sure he had some TFLs. He was all over the ball again tonight. It's hard for me. So we had 3, I think, really great off-season signings this year.
Yeah.
Hufanga. Greenlaw looks like a monster as advertised. So glad to have him back. And my guy, J.K. Dobbins. Now, I would almost pick J.K. For how he ran tonight, but I'm going to go with Hufanga because I don't think I've picked him yet. Ooh. And he deserves it. He would have got it last week if he would have grabbed one of the 2 picks that he had, because he played a great game last week. I don't know if somebody ended up taking him out of us. I think Zach actually took him last week. So I'm going to go with Hufanga as my player of the game.
Oh, yeah.
And having and is Brandon Jones having another quiet, great season, or am I missing something? Because I don't see him being in the wrong place very often. His impact plays, Hufanga's taken over that role, and I'm just super happy with our safety position in general. But Hufanga stands out. My Kawabanga Hufanga wins the Carmelini Player of the Week.
I love it. Yeah, I think he's a first-team All-Pro this year.
Oh, he's All-Pro. He's a couple picks away from getting it. If he just gets a few picks, that's what the media loves. You got to have some stats. But if you watch him play, that guy is who was the Steelers guy from back in the day with the dreads?
Polamalu.
Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of a not as crazy person as that. He's amazing. He's an amazing football player. We're lucky to have him.
Yeah, I don't think there's a safety playing better in the league than Hufanga.
I love that, Joey.
Been ridiculously good. And another player the Broncos got on a deal. this year.
Oh yeah,
injuries
well,
and
because
stuff
of
like
his
that.
injuries, we got him cheap, but
we did, and he makes a huge in the run game. He's damn near an extra linebacker when you want to play him in the box. When you want to play him on the back end, he's had multiple occasions this year where they should have been picks, right? Like you just brought that up, but still made a play on the ball, ended up incomplete. And then even in coverage, there's been plays this year where a hit just jars the ball loose on and causes an incomplete pass. All these are ridiculous plays by Uvanga. First team All-Pro in my opinion. Best safety in the league. Friggin' phenomenal football.
I have to warn you, Joey.
Yeah.
David has put on his orange glasses.
What does this mean?
This means he's going to come in hot with his player of the game.
Oh yeah.
And he only puts them on when he's getting ready to. So everybody hit your record button, getting ready to make your shorts because it's about to happen.
Here we go. Well, first off, I got to give props probably to the chat's player of the game. I'm going to let them have their player of the game. That's Zach Allen, dude. He was incredible. Awesome. He was all over the place. I think he had 4 tackles.
I've already done Zach, so I had to pick somebody else.
All over the place. But guys, Seth Oyd beat me to it in the chat. I was so devastated. Guys, Owazarike used to be a meme, and now he's like a really good player. It's amazing. Like he made a big impact on the run game today and in pass rush. Like I loved what we saw out of Owazarike. So, but who's my player of the game? Sorry, it's just Skinner, dude. He blocked the punt, man. That led to the 3 points that sealed the game, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We don't win the game without Skinner making a play on this god-awful special teams unit, man. Thank you for overcoming the bad energy, JL Skinner, man. I love to see that.
Yeah.
I knew that pick was going to be. I thought you might go with Tillman on the big pick, too.
Oh, I would have if it led
if
for
they'd
points.
Have scored, you would have taken Tillman.
Yes, you're right.
That was huge. That's his second pick of the year, by the way.
Dude. Better than Pat Surtain.
You might see Tillman making people miss in space.
I mean, the guy's so underrated.
Agile.
He's better than Agile.
He's juking people out. I mean, I've seen a bunch of jokes about it. It's like, hey, why don't we try him at tight end? We're like, damn, maybe we do. He's making people miss an open field, getting extra yards after contact. Someone
what is yak?
It.
We gotta
like,
get his yak.
Think that's 4.
I think Tillman's yak, best in the league.
Frankie said that Tillman, that's 4 tackles. He's forced missed tackles this year from DeAndre Tillman.
We got to get him on offense. We got to get him on offense somewhere. Yeah. The Raiders have lost 9 straight AFC West games now.
We love to hear it. We love to hear it.
Raiders.
Oh, let's go.
A little bit. Be curious to see if we're still number 1 in penalties after this game.
Oh, we gotta be, dude.
But I know there was a lot of flags flown, so not good. But I do want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Before this game kicked off, the Broncos are -3 in turnover ratio, right?
Mm-hmm.
The last team to win a Super Bowl with a negative turnover ratio, David, you know the answer.
Dude,
definitely
2015 Broncos.
It's the 2015 Broncos. This stuff never ends. I'm telling you guys, there's something special going on with this
We're
team.
probably back down to averaging around 23 points a game as well. So the offense
that's the sweet spot.
Yeah. 23 points a game. That's all we need.
That's all we need, baby.
We just won a 10-7 game.
So 46 sacks on the year, guys. I don't know the exact stat, but my understanding, get that for us, David. I believe that no team has done this since the 98 Vikings. And I think we're going to shatter the record.
We're on pace for 78.2
sacks, by the way. Yeah. 78.2.
Who do you think it's the 0.2 sack on the year?
I think the 0.2 sack is going to go to Crawshaw. There's going to be a situation where they want a Australian punter who can't kick in the wind. The wind must never blow in Australia because he was ill prepared.
Dude, this guy was acting like he was out in Chicago or something, or freaking Lambeau Field. I was very disappointed in Crawshaw. This is a guy that I named our MVP. Mike, I think you called him the MV punter, right? On Tuesday. And this guy going out shanking punts off of his ankle like he's never punted before. I've never been so ashamed in my life, Jeremy Crawshaw. But thankfully, it was great to hear the crowd just cheer when he boomed that nice 54-yarder in the third quarter. Dude.
He does owe you an apology, though, dude.
Yeah, but
he owes you an apology, and I'm gonna get it for you.
And he owns me a signed jersey at this point. I've defended him since he's been picked. But here's the other thing: when you don't practice all week, with how inconsistent and how sloppy we are, guys, we should have known it was going to be disgusting like this.
Yeah,
we should have known. We should have known we were going to be making mistakes. Special teams didn't even practice to correct their issues, and we were going to be committing penalties.
I'm going to get Crawshaw to send you an A.T. Perry jersey with the number 16 on it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The A.T. Perry agenda starts tomorrow. And Sean Payton, you will hear from me. Why are we activating this guy, Bandy?
No, you guys have been trying to start the A.T. Perry agenda for far too long.
Oh, it hasn't ended. No, you've just been missing out. It's never left. Look, it's a crappy bit, but we're not going to let it go because we keep winning. When we lose, Joey, we'll switch up, but we have to hit all these points because we're all superstitious.
This is where I will stand behind David with the Crawshaw propaganda. Today was atrocious. He's been stellar.
He's been great all year. Yeah,
he's been really good the whole year. I mean, I'm willing to chalk this one up to this were the rookie yips from the guy. It was his first primetime game. It was windy outside. Second. I don't know what was going on in his head, right?
Second, we had Cincy Monday night.
True, and he did well in that. Okay, this was his first Thursday night football game. and I don't know. I'm just willing to give him some leash here. I mean, today was atrocious. It was one of the worst punting performances I feel like I ever saw. But I mean, you brought it up when he got that good one in and the crowd went nuts. Like we just scored a touchdown. That's hilarious from the Denver crowd. But I'm willing to chalk it up and say, hey, this was a one-game thing. He's shown us a much larger sample size of him being really good.
So, yeah, we're not worried about him.
Yeah, I'm not worried about him. I think he'll be good, guys. Before we close out, guys, do we have any final thoughts on this game?
Yes.
Do you think this offense gets better past this week, or I guess this is my final question. Do you guys think this offense gets better, or do you think this is just kind of what we are for the year?
Yes, they get better, guys. Okay. It's not great to see two dud offensive performances in a row in the span, of 2 games. But remember, this was also in a span of 4 days. Bo Nix, dude, settle your feet. Take a look at your second read. They're open sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, we're talking about Thursday Night Football. I ain't going to freak out about it. If we look bad against the Chiefs, I'll be a lot more angry.
No, I'm with you, man. And hey, to the chat, sorry tonight. It was a late night, special edition. We're trying to get through it. We all got,
I'm half asleep.
But the chat's been on fire all night. I've been reading it, trying to comment when I can. So we really appreciate everybody in the chat, everybody that follows Let's Talk Broncos. David talks Broncos. Everybody on Mic'd Up. We love you guys. We can't thank you enough for hanging with us this late at night. So we're reading the chats, but we haven't got to it. Joey, final thoughts, man. You cannot revamp what you're doing between a Sunday game and a Thursday game.
True.
The pre-work's being done on paper, but to actually start doing the walkthroughs of new looks and new plays, or maybe stuff they haven't done since, preseason, that just hasn't made the cut, the cut that they got to come back and look at now. And then everybody's got to learn their choice routes and their hot reads, and it affects everybody. Super tough to do on a short week. So I think they get better. I think they're going to get markedly better. The defense is going to get healthier, hopefully. So if there were ever a time to be optimistic about that happening, it's right now. I am so confident that given this break of time to work, they're going to work through it. They are going to come out and make some changes. They're going to do some things different. There's going to be they used to call it like self scouting, right?
Yeah.
They're going to get into that self scouting. What are our tendencies? What are we doing? What is Bo doing well, and what is setting him off? Again, he's always clutch when he needs to be. What is it that turns it on? Is it just, he just starts playing freer? I don't know what it is, but you can see when it happens. I didn't really see it tonight, but yeah, I'm confident, Joey. I think they're going to make some changes. I think they're going to get it together, and I think they're going to make a run, and I would not be surprised one bit. This is the only second time I've said this in 10 years, that if they're pushing for the number 1 seed in the AFC by the time this is all said and done.
Oh yeah, that gets me excited. I hope so. I mean, the Broncos offense did start off really slow last year, and you saw it progressively get better. Mm-hmm. That's what we kind of got to hope for here. And if I'm looking at this real copium-esque, like if I'm really getting into that, where it's like, hey, the season's been weird. The Broncos had to go to London, play that game, come back, no bye week in between, play game on a full stomach of beans and toast. And then it's short week this week, like a bunch of weird things this NFL season. I hope they're able to get it done too, and continue to play better offensive football. I mean, if they do, I think that's the difference from this team being a true Super Bowl contender and not. It's that one simple thing, and we're right there. It's just like pull it through. The opportunities are on the field. Let's make it happen. So I'm hoping so. I hope you guys are right. I hope I'm right in it as well. But yeah, go ahead, David.
Really quick, yeah. This sucks for Steve Spagnuolo, man. He just has a bunch of broken offense to watch on the Broncos, quarter after quarter. So, hopefully Sean Payton, with a little bit more time to prepare, he's gonna have some special looks for the Chiefs.
Yeah, and speaking of special, our special teams bad. And we were asked last week, is the special teams going to cost us a game? This was the one they could have, and they ended up kind of winning the game. So I'll take that. Props to you, special teams, not you, Rizzy, not you, but the special teams players. David's player of the game. Let's be honest, they kind of came through after a really shitty special teams performance. Another one. Something special about this team, Joey. I'm telling you. Gritty is the word that just keeps coming back.
Definitely.
And not pretty, but gritty. And it's working. But yeah, they got to get better. They got to clean up the penalties. They got to clean up that. They got to get that offense going. If not to light it up, but to stop with the 3 and outs and give their defense a rest. I mean, there's so many reasons that they need to get this going. But if you were to ask me if I'm confident 1 out of 10 that they're going to do it, I'm an 8. David?
Hell yeah, man. I'll match you right at that 8.
Let's go. What do you say?
I'm going to go 1 under you guys. I'm going to go 7. But
7. I knew you would. This is what you bring to the show, Joey. Next time if you have to fill in, I expect you to stay in line with us because it's working so far. There's a jinx factor now.
This is a good crew right here. We will start the poll for if I should take over for Zach.
Hey, the Twitter poll, should Joey just take over for Zach?
I think I made a good impression today.
Oh, yeah, you nailed it, bro. You nailed it. The only thing we didn't do before we go, we have to do this to get it on record, is we've got to do the Sean and Bo improvement meter. All right, David, where are you at?
They were both stinky booty today.
You're going down. Stock down. And last week, I think I was stock down on Bo and stop even. I was level on Sean, if I remember right.
I think I was the same.
I'm going stock down on both tonight. No way around it. We won't even get into grading we're not even going to grade the offense, defense, special teams. You listen to the show, folks. You know what our grades are going to be. Ours are going to be what you think, and Joey's are going to be one less because he's negative Nancy. But if you were to have Joey, if you were to have a stock on Bo and Sean, your stock meter, your improvement meter, it's going to be down this week, right? On both.
Yeah, it's down. The offense did not look good. We were playing the Raiders. The Raiders don't.
At home.
They have a horrible defense. We made them look like elite.
They made them look like we were just playing the 85 Bears at times.
Right. Well, he did. And but at least what showed up is the #1 red zone defense in the league.
Yeah.
Kept the 31st offense red zone out of the end zone except for one play.
Absolutely.
Right.
So the defense, I mean, they show up every week, man. Thank God.
And that's why we're going to beat Kansas City, baby. We're going to beat Kansas City. I don't care that we played an ugly football game on Thursday Night Football, guys. We're going to go beat the Chiefs. That could be for the division win. We're going to get up for it, man. We're not just going to bend over on offense and take it.
This team's going to be up for that game.
No way. Yeah. We're going to win that game.
They're going to put Barron on Kelsey?
Yeah.
Absolutely. When they're in dime, when there's 2 extra DBs on the field, Barron will be covering that tight end. That's kind of his role on this team. So,
because I'm sick of seeing a 100-year-old Kansas City tight end sitting down in the zone wide open and nobody paying attention to him. It drives me crazy. And Joey, I think you did like stock up on host or stock down, like for host of the show.
Yeah.
It's arrows pointing straight up.
Oh,
man.
we love it. Yeah.
Arrows pointing straight up on Joey.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to change all my graphics and everything. God, it's going to be so much work, but it's going to be worth it.
Yeah, we're getting Zach out of here. We're bringing the new host in. But until next time, guys, please go and subscribe to all of our YouTubes.
Yep.
I think everyone on this kind of brings a different perspective to the game and everything like that, and through the week, different perspectives going into it. So if you guys want to catch all the Broncos news, subscribe to all 3 of our channels.
Yeah.
All 3 are fantastic, doing different things on YouTube, doing different content creation just in general. Please do that. But until next time, guys, go Broncos.
Go Broncos.